We're getting closer and closer now to the start of FC 25. We need to talk about what we do not want to do at the start of the game, because avoiding these things will probably save you, no joke, hundreds of thousands of coins. One of the most effective ways to make coins is actually by saving them, honestly, with all the market crashes all year. We're going to talk about what not to do at the start. There is some news to talk about. I'll cover that briefly, but I'm going to get to this first. I made a video like this last year. It's going to be mostly the same points, but you will see a couple changes now that we have got a couple of years now with this new kind of market style EA like to do with the gold cards are great for 3 weeks and then fuck you, spend money. That whole new strategy we've got going on. But all right, thanks for tuning in. And yesterday was one of the most subscribed days in my channel's history, so it goes without saying, but thank you for the support. And also I'm going to plug this every day until the live stream happens. 24-hour stream starting about 15 minutes until the game releases. We've got giveaways, guests, etc. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Okay, the number one tip. If one tip can be taken from this video, it needs to be this one. And that is, number one thing you do not do when you start this game is build a Premier League starter squad. You got all the top trending Premier League players right now. I want none of these cards in your starter teams. I'm talking all the way until they're basically worthless. Alexander Isak, Doku, Kai Havertz, Darwin Nunez, Mickey Van de Ven, Nkunku. Let's keep looking. Tadibo even probably kind of expensive on day one. Udogi, right? I do not want you to buy Jolinton. I do not want you to buy a Premier League starter squad. These cards are so inflated to start the game. It's the most popular league in the world, obviously. Everybody wants to use cards from their favorite teams. Do not buy Mickey Van de Ven. I know he's going to be insane. I just cannot imagine how inflated this price is going to be right away. Let's go look at FUTBin for a sec. Let's even use exactly the same card as last year. And Mickey Van de Ven, obviously much worse. 78 rated compared to the 82 rated he'll be this year. He's got a plus, what, 5 in defending there, or 4 in defending. His card last year to start the game, you were looking at about 20,000 coins, right? The first weekend of the game, 20,000 coins. The next weekend, you're looking at 9,000. The next weekend, you're looking at 5,000 there. The next weekend, you're looking at 2,000. I mean, it's every single weekend pretty much going down by 50%, right? And obviously, that Mickey Van de Ven card, this one, will not be 18K to start with. He's going to be more expensive than that. So 50% on 50,000 coins plus of a card is going to be obviously more of a coin loss even than last year. So just stay away from Premier League, especially low rated, but really all Premier League starter squads you want to stay away from. You might say, okay, well, if not Premier League, then which league is the best one? And honestly, women's cards are probably going to be the best one for you. If we go and look at maybe the women's MLS, let's just look at this league. There are so many great cards here. You know, I'm not counting the super high rated ones like Dabinia and stuff, but look at 83 Williams. This card's not going to be cheap day one, but so much of a better value. You got finesse shot base, rapid base, quick step base, aerial base. I mean, yeah, that's as good as most of your Prem starter squads are going to be. SAR, 4-star with a great starter card there. These cards probably won't be literally discard price, but they're going to be so much of a better value than buying Premier League cards. You can make, I mean, this O'Sullivan card, CDM, 82 pace with a great kind of all-around day one type card and everyone. 72 passing is kind of dog shit, actually. Well, it actually has decent passing, but 45 crossing? Okay. The point is, you can find so many great values on cards that don't have, like, IRL hype. IRL hype is one of the most important things to stay away from, especially at the start of the game, because they will be highly, highly inflated in price, right? The second tip I want to give is avoid lower rated cards to put in your team. So, FUTGG's popular page here is a very good indicator on what people are looking at, right? FUTBin does the same thing, but FUTBin just shoves my face with ads all day, so I kind of want to just use FUTGG. But look, Matisse Tell, Lamine Yamal, right? You've got Endrick here, Marcus Rashford even. There's a lot of very low rated cards toward the top of the popular page, the trending page. You want to stay away from these guys. Matisse Tell day one with 86 pace, 80 shooting, and a 77 rated card with French links. I mean, he's going to be super, super inflated day one. And then give it no shit, probably 1 week, and he'll be discard price. French cards, just because of French tax, way more expensive. And then you got the Lamine Yamal and Endrick tax, okay? I know it's tempting to buy these cards on day one, use them immediately. Endrick and Yamal, stay away from them, okay? They're so hyped up this year, just because it's their first year in the game, obviously, both of them, and just stay away. Like, that could be its own rule in itself. Endrick and Yamal, stay the fuck away from Endrick and Yamal, because you will lose an ungodly amount of coins on those cards if you go and buy them on your team on day one. And then it kind of goes with a lot of these lower rated cards. Even Rashford, he'll be more expensive than a lot of the other ones, but he's going to drop a lot faster. They just get packed more often, quicker. Other cards on here, Doku, Lukman, 82 rated, Garnacho, 79 rated. These types of cards, you just don't want to buy. Now, what cards do you want to buy for your starter team? Well, honestly, you want to save up enough coins so you can buy somebody who is like 86 plus rated. That's what I always do. Let's look for somebody who's like a little bit higher rated. Save up for Lautaro Martinez, okay? I know he's 89 rated. You might say, I'm never going to be able to afford an 89 after however many days. You probably will, okay? You give it 4 days, you'll probably be able to afford 189 in your team. Go buy Lautaro Martinez because he's going to be able to hold value so much better. 86 plus probably, I would say, is what holds just an incredible amount of more value. So just save up so you can get one of these cards. Don't buy those in-between cards, right? You have the really, really base starter cards. Talking an Anthony 77 with the it's a 5-star, 1-star, just looks insane. Savinho, right? Really, really base starter cards. Michael Olise, right? You don't want to buy the middlemen. The middlemen being those 10 to 15 to 20k cards that are like pretty low rated. You just don't want to buy those cards. Those middlemen, avoid those guys, and you'll end up way better off. And another tip I want to give, something that you should not do is ignore playstyles, okay? I want you to remember your favorite playstyles from last year. If you didn't have a favorite playstyle from last year, then obviously figure out what your favorite playstyles are. But right now, we're going from gameplay that was really playstyle heavy to now cards have 2, 3, 4 playstyles. The best cards in the game have like 5, 6 at most, and maybe 1 playstyle plus, right? You need to know what your favorite ones are, what the ones that you value the most are, and get them in your team because they are by far the most important thing. For me, it's going to be Incisive Pass, okay? Incisive Pass for me, I cannot use midfielders without it. I literally cannot. Every time I tried last year, I just could not do it. If you could not make a through ball to me that was like half decent, I couldn't use you. So my whole midfield plus probably maybe one of my attackers, depending on what formation I'm going to play, what tactics look like, are going to have Incisive Pass no matter what. For you, it might be Finesse Shot. It might be Long Ball. It might be, for your center backs, it might be having Intercept or Anticipate, right? It's going to be just kind of up to you to decide, but you cannot ignore this. If you have a card, you see a card that's 30,000 coins that you're like, oh, it's got to be good. I save up to get this 30,000 coin card, but you don't like the play styles because there's 2 of them. Where's an example? Frankie de Jong, right? De Jong has Trivela Plus, but no defending play styles, right? No Intercept, no Raccoon, which I think the cool kids are calling it nowadays. You know, no Jockey, none of that. If you're using him a DM and you're like, oh my God, he sucks hot ass for me. Well, what probably happened was you needed defending play styles in that role and you didn't have it. You should have known that before. Figure out what roles in your team need what play styles for you mainly, because it's a play style thing. Literally, it's a play style thing. Your specific play style will need certain play styles if I said the word play style enough. So keep that in mind and really keep that in mind. When you're talking about gameplay here, that is the most important thing. Okay, on to some news now. There isn't a lot. We'll talk about some here. If you have a comment as well and any questions about what you should not do, I'll try to reply to as many as I can that won't end up in the video tomorrow, right? Because I'll save some for the video. But okay, we have the packs confirmed now from the objectives, right? The starter packs that everybody wants to get, the 75 finesse goals, 150 assists, 400 assists, right? All these packs do seem to be back this year. Plus, actually, we have one more 100k pack in these for 50 wins with a first owner squad. And we will have even more rewards with Rush that we have not seen yet, apparently. So it's always nice confirmation to see that, hey, EA didn't take this away from us. They managed to keep something in the game that was good for us, at least. And the milestone objectives and those packs are still, they do still exist. Also, it's going to be very interesting to see what EA do with Team of the Week 1. There are so many high-rated players, or not necessarily high-rated, but just high-rated plus hyped-up players that could be in this Team of the Week. I mean, we're talking an unending list of hyped-up players that could be in Team of the Week 1, starting with, obviously, Yamal. And yeah, don't forget Messi, Dembele, Hansen, Ollie Watkins, Delict. I mean, the list goes on and on. I wonder if Team of the Week 1 is going to be an indicator on how crazy they'll go with it this year. Or maybe I'm just going to read too much into it on week 1 of Team of the Week, but I'm very curious to see how crazy they go with it. And also, we're 3 days away from duplicate storage existing. I wonder what that's going to look like and how different SBCs really do look with duplicate storage existing. 100 items, remember, 100 really is going to go a long way to completing certain SBCs if you got an overabundance of fodder. Probably not as much right away, but don't forget when you load up the web app, we have duplicate storage. It might be easy to forget that. Okay, let's read my charming and intellectual comment section now. Tariq Alfara, will you do a highlight video from your FC25 stream? Thanks. I probably will, and if I don't, the VOD obviously will exist on YouTube as is on my live tab, so you just see it there. I won't make any promises just because I'm gonna be really busy after the fact. I'm gonna try and upload a ton right when I'm done with the stream, so I gotta sleep and also go immediately and upload a bunch of videos. So I don't know how I'm gonna exactly fit a highlight video in. I just want to try and get somebody to do it for me, which I could do, but I do everything myself, by the way. Literally everything on the channel is all me. And a nice comment here from JGM editing. He says, I've not played for 6 months. The only way you can enjoy Ultimate Team is if you don't play for rewards, SBCs, or chasing players or coins. And yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's not as straightforward as like, if you don't do this, you will have fun, but you just need to try and find your experience. How you're going to enjoy the game is more important than literally anything else, right? So if that way to experience the fun is by doing this, then you need to do that. Just don't fall into the EA FOMO trap. They want you on the game every single day for hours on end, completing objectives and getting that FOMO and all of the above, right? Just play and dictate your own experience is the most important tip I can give you, honestly. Hey, more tips. And DCYE is a pretty interesting comment. He says, you know, I'm pretty sure when they say no exclusive rewards, they mean mostly packs, but he does say down here that I presume at some point they might put promo cards in the premium tier that were available in packs at some point, similar to how they put Kelly Smith Centurions, Slut Birthday, Carlos Alberto, etc. That way they technically aren't exclusive, as you could get them in other ways. And that would make sense to me, is they start adding cards that are available on the transfer market, so they're technically not exclusive rewards, right? It's not like they make a card that only goes into the premium season pass. They'll put cards in that are 2 million coins in the market potentially, and then for level 40 you can get that card, but it's not technically exclusive, right? That's the thing, again, is just like the bar is in hell. However, I'd rather you spend money on that if we got a crazy card level 40 than I would for you gambling. So it's just it's a tough topic, right? But hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. As always, I appreciate you, and I love it. Peace.